Hey fellow Minecrafters, welcome back. This is Renovate, and today is episode number 2 of Minecraft Tutorials, where we will get into Minecraft version 1.7.10. I had to edit the length of this video because it got a bit long, so some of the items we will have to get to in episode number 3. But in this episode we'll go over some better tools, weapons, farming, how to plant the food and harvest it, and go over a little bit with the mobs that come out at nighttime. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you click the like button below and hit that subscribe button so I can keep making these videos for you guys. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so to recap what we learned in episode 1, we talked about the blocks that you're going to mine. We talked about trees that you're going to cut down. We talked about some of these animals over here that you're going to find to use for food and to breed. Over behind me, we talked about the different blocks that you're going to be building and items with wood, the chest, the important bed, and then we also talked about the way that gravel and sand can fall on you, and then we also talked about how you can tell if water or lava is above your head when you're mining. So let's get on to episode number 2. Episode number 2. Let's break down the wall. What are we going to learn today? Well, first off, to begin with, here are your tools and your weapons that you're going to be building in Minecraft. Now, the way I have them set up here, it goes from the basic up to the vest. So, really the basic ones are the wood ones that we learned over in episode 1. But once you get past the wood, and those break pretty quickly, you're going to want to make yourself some stone tools and weapons. Now, the formulas are the same, so all you got to do is substitute out the wood for stone, and then the next one up would be iron. The next one up from that is gold, and then finally your best is diamond. The iron ones are going to be pretty much the ones you're going to use a majority of the time. You're not going to want to use the gold ones, although the gold tends to enchant a little bit better. It's a very soft metal, so the durability on the gold is not as good as the iron, but your diamond weapons and tools are going to last you a pretty long time. So like I said, the formulas are the same to make these, so that's your weapons. Okay, so now that we've gone through all the wood items and wood blocks and stuff you can build with the wood, let's get to all the stone. Once you've been mining for a while, you're going to have a good handful of stone in your inventory, and so here are a couple things you're going to be able to do with those. The stone, first off, when you mine stone, it becomes cobblestone, and it looks similar to what's right there on the screen. And one of the basic things you can build with cobblestone is a furnace. And a furnace is used to smelt down your ores, and it's also used to cook your meats. So the recipe is like shown. You take 8 blocks, put them in your builder's table, and you get a furnace. So with your furnace, you can make a couple items. To get the furnace to start cooking, you're going to need some kind of a fuel source. Coal is one of the main ones, so you're going to get a lot of coal. Up at the top here, you're going to see that raw beef, which comes from cows, when it's cooked, gives you steak. Raw chicken, you know what that comes from. Once it's cooked, it becomes real chicken. And of course, raw pork, when cooked, becomes pork chops. Cool. Okay, so say you want to make a house that looks similar to the mountain, or you just want to replace some of the blocks when you've made a cave so that they all don't look different. One way of getting the stone back is to put your cobblestone in a furnace with coal, and you'll get your stone blocks back. One of the cool things with stone blocks is when you put 4 blocks together, you get this cool looking brick. It's a stone brick, and you will get 4 of those. Cool, huh? Another thing you can do with coal is to make charcoal, and charcoal burns a little bit more efficient than just coal. So maybe you start out by doing this first and get you some inventory of charcoal, so you're not using up all your coal for cooking and making torches. So to get charcoal, you just put a log in the furnace with a piece of coal, and you will get charcoal. One of the tools that we talked about in episode 1, if you go back and remember the sheep, when you kill sheep, they'll actually drop anywhere from 1 to 3 blocks of wool. Another way to get wool is shears. And shears work just the same on the sheep as they do vines and trees. And to make shears, you basically put 2 blocks of iron and you will get these shears. And that's what's in my hand. And once you break the vines, you actually get the vines. Now if I were to chop the blinds with just a sword or an axe, you don't get anything. So if we went over here to the sheep and we decided we wanted to get a couple blocks of wool, basically you right click and drops wool. Just like on the trees as well. If I were to chop through trees, I don't get any of the leaves, but if I use the shears, I actually get the blocks of leaves, which are pretty cool. And then you can use those for landscaping. Cool. So now we get to smelting your blocks. And like in episode 1, we showed you all the ores, and now I'm going to show you what you get from those ores. And this is called ore processing. So once you build a furnace, and sometimes it's good to have maybe 2 or 3 furnaces going at the same time, that way you get your product a little bit quicker. But here you'll see once you get a furnace and whatever fuel source, whether it be coal or charcoal, once you put in blocks of gold or blocks of iron, you get in return iron ingots and gold ingots. Here are the other blocks you get mined. They don't need to be processed with a furnace. Once you mine these, this is your result. So you don't put these in a furnace. Just by breaking the blocks, you will get these items. So up at the top is coal. So when you break the coal block, you're going to get coal. The lapis, once you break the lapis, you get the lapis. Diamond blocks give you diamond, and redstone gives you redstone dust. Now on the diamonds, you typically get 1. Now if you start to enchant your pickaxe, which we'll get to enchanting in a couple episodes, but a lot of times you'll get fortune, and that allows you to actually get 2 or 3 diamonds per block. So that's one of the more in-game vanilla enchants. Also in the game, which we will get to, are glowstone blocks. You can find these in the overworld, which is everything in the game that you see. A lot of times these are found in the villages. But when you break glowstone, you typically get 2 to 4 glowstone dust. When you break emeralds, you're going to get the emerald itself. And the nether quartz, which comes from the nether, which is another area in the game that you have to build a teleport to get to, and we will go through that as well. But once you break nether quartz, you will get this cool little nether quartz crystal, and like I said, we'll go there later. Some of the cool things you'll see in the game, this is a snow golem. So and I'll show you how you can make these. They're pretty cool. But basically everything he touches underneath him turns to snow. And these are your villagers. There are different types of villagers. So when you get to a village, you're going to see the different types. But basically when you click on them, like I mentioned in episode 1, the villagers will trade you items for items. And different ones will trade you different items. So you're going to pay attention to the villages you meet, because there's a lot of times you're going to find out that you're going to need something that you can't find very easily, and the villagers are a good way of getting those items. One of the things I wanted to show you is how you can also make blocks out of these items. Once you get 9 of any item, whether it be the iron, gold, diamond, the redstone stacks, and the lapis, I believe, stacks. I don't think any of the other ones do. But once you get 9 of them, so let's get, I'm in creative mode, so once we find a work table, there's one right there. If you were to put 9 diamonds in a block like that, you get a diamond block. Okay. Same goes for the gold. You can get blocks of gold. Here's a block of gold. And the other item is iron ingots. Let's do iron. There's blocks of iron. Now, the cool thing about blocks of iron, and I'm going to make 4 just for this reason. So like I said before, you can make this snow golem. One way to make the snow golem, and I'm just going to go ahead and put him in our little area here just so you can see what it does, but basically it's 2 blocks of snow, and in the world you're going to find these pumpkins. But once you place a pumpkin on top of it, it creates a snow golem. Now as he moves, he puts snow on the ground, and he does not stop. So this is a cool way of kind of pranking your friends. Build one of these around their house, and then when they log onto the game, they have all this snow around their house. Pretty funny stuff. Another cool feature, or something you can build, is an iron golem. Basically, you build it like this. Looks like a little person with 2 arms, and then at the top, you put a pumpkin. Now, this guy is not mean. Basically, he kills any of the mobs that come near your area. So if we were to, let's say, a zombie. So here's a zombie spawn egg. If I throw a zombie down, the iron golem will go after it. And for some reason, it's not working. So guys, I'm back. One of the things I forgot is when you're playing the game, if you're by yourself and you're playing single player mode, you can have creative or survivor mode on. And in creative, there are different settings when it comes to mobs, and I had it set to peaceful. So if we set it to normal, and I were to set a mob on the ground, see, your iron golem kills him. Looks like he will also kill snowmen. But snowmen drop these snowballs. Spiders drop the spider webs. They also drop spider eyes. We will get into that in a different episode, but I just wanted to show you this guy can be a cool little bodyguard around your house. So for him, it takes 4 blocks of iron and a pumpkin, and 4 blocks of iron would be 9 each of these, so that would be 36 iron bar. So if you end up having excess iron and you've built all that you can, build one of these guys. Now you're going to want to keep these guys caged in, or at least in your house, because once they find something, they take off after it and they will get lost. So these guys need a little help. They're kind of like old people. Hi, guy. So one way of getting food other than through animals is farming. Now this tool I have in my hand is a hoe. You can make them by putting 2 sticks up the middle and then whatever you want at the top. So it'd be 2 gold, 2 iron, 2 stone, but you're not going to use these very often, so I would think that the iron ones would probably be the most efficient ones to use and not cost a lot. But basically you right click on the ground, and it kind of takes away the top layer of grass. Now these blocks will change if they don't get something planted in them pretty soon. See, like that one right there. So and that one. So a good thing to do is break out maybe a middle block and put some water in it, and then you're going to want to take your seeds and basically plant them just like this. So this is wheat, and the more water that's around it, the quicker they grow. Let's do some melon seeds like that. Here's some pumpkin seeds. Now on the melon and pumpkin seeds, you're going to want to try to keep one block away from anything else because they actually grow up and fall onto the block beside it. One way that you can increase the speed in which your farms grow is by taking these bones, and you'll get the bones from killing skeletons, and basically put one bone in your inventory box just by pressing E. You don't need a builder's chest to do this. Just put it in your 4 squares and you will get bone meal. What you can use bone meal for is once you click on your plants, there's a little magic dust that pops up, and basically you can speed the growth of your plants. So if you're adventurous and you want to go out and kill a bunch of skeletons, it'll help you grow your plants pretty quick. I don't think it works on melons. Looks like that did. That did. That's cool. So yeah, they will grow the more times you click on them like that. Once you get your stuff at full growth and you break them, it's going to drop seeds. So typically you get more seeds back than what you plant. So you're always going to be on the net side as far as growing your crops. Another thing that you can help grow quickly if you want trees, when you chop down trees, they're going to give you these little saplings. Okay, so, and it's kind of random. And they fall from the leaves. So there's an oak sapling, a spruce sapling. Here's an oak sapling, and here's a birch. You just plant them in the ground, go up to them, sprinkle a little bone meal on it, and they grow. If they're too close together, sometimes they won't grow. So if you see one that just sits there for a while, like if I put one, say here, might not grow. Oh, it did. So yeah, you just have to play with it. It's kind of fun. Another thing that this bone meal will do, by clicking on the ground, it just makes a bunch of plants and tall grass. So if you want a nice little grassy area by your house or some plants, just keep clicking on the ground here and you'll get all kinds of flowers. Sometimes the grass is really tall and you'll have to go out and grow it. I was hoping that these melons would grow 100% so you could see them, but yeah, let me plate these for a little bit and I'll be right back. So it's been a couple minutes, and as you can see, this watermelon grew and this pumpkin grew. What you're going to do is just go up to it, and when you break it, the pumpkin's going to give you pumpkin back and the stalk will stay. Now on the watermelon, it's going to give you a couple watermelons and sometimes watermelon seed. And if you look kind of down in the bottom of my bar, you're going to see your experience, your hearts, and the little things look like chicken bones. That's your health. And eating cooked meat gives you the most health back, and eating like vegetables and melons will just give you a couple bars back. Okay guys, so we're back. I had to go run around for about 10 straight minutes to get my not my health down, but my hunger down. Now in the game, when you double tap the W button or forward, whatever the button that is for you, it'll let you sprint. And the more you sprint, your hunger goes down. Not your health, but your hunger. So I've been sprinting around the world and got my hunger down to 3. So what I wanted to show you, so let's suppose we have carrots. If I eat a carrot, it gives you 2 health. Okay. But if I eat a pork chop, and the same goes with steaks, it should fill it up. Yep, that's 3. So maybe it's the steak that gives you 4. But vegetables, in comparison to cooked meat, are less. So that's another reason you're going to want to try to start breeding animals, whether it's cows or pigs, so that you can have more meat products than vegetable products. Real quick, guys, before we end this episode, since it is nighttime and we really haven't talked about the mobs that are outside. I am in creative mode, so I do not die, but just wanted to show you what the different creatures are that are out at night. This green thing right here is called a creeper. He is your worst nightmare. Creepers are very aggressive. If they see you, they will start coming after you immediately. And if you aggravate him enough, he will start to puff up to the point where, see if I can get him aggravated enough. Let's change the game mode real quick so I can show you. If I die, then I die. That's what he does. He blows up. And here comes another one. And he blows up. And when they blow up, they blow up. So you're not going to want these guys near your house. So put some torches down, or get you some of those iron golems. I think iron golems will chase off creepers, I'm pretty sure. But this is the destruction that they do. Now, on some servers you play on, they have the destruction off. So the creepers will blow up, and you can still get hurt by them. But they took off the ability for it to destroy the world. So as you can see, that was a spider. I don't have any weapons on me right now. I do have a wood axe, so we could use that. But spiders drop spider webs, and they drop spider eyes. Creepers, I don't see anything around. That's because they blew up. But if you kill a creeper, they give you gunpowder. And gunpowder can be used to make TNT, and we'll show you that in a different episode. Let me switch back to the game mode that I was in. Okay, these black guys here are known as enders. And basically they make a really odd noise. See if you can hear them. There it is. And these guys go around and they pick up blocks, and I'm not quite sure what they do with them. As you can see over here, this guy's got one in his hand. And they just kind of move around, and they only come out at night or in dark areas. But if you kill one of these guys, they give you an ender pearl. And ender pearls are used towards the end of the game. And when I say end of the game, I mean when you're almost beat Minecraft, if there is an end. But and it will create a portal that goes to a different world, and it's called the end. But you take these and you mix them with something else, and it gives you some of these ender eyes, and you can throw them around. Here is a skeleton. Some skeletons wear gear, like this guy's got on gold, and they do carry weapons. Now, skeletons are annoying, so they can shoot arrows from probably from about where I'm standing to him, and they just keep shooting. And the closer you get to him, if he shoots you, it kind of knocks you back. Enders, if you hit them, a lot of times they will disappear and warp, and then they will pop up behind you and start attacking. So you got to be careful on those guys. Let's see if we can find a zombie. Over here's a zombie. And these guys come in different shapes, different heads. This right here is a zombie. This is a villager zombie, and so is that. So when zombies invade a village, they do what zombies do. They attack the villagers, and then the villagers become zombies. And they basically create more and more zombies, and that village ends up being vacant. Hold on. So yeah, guys, before I leave, I forgot one thing that's going to be very useful in Minecraft, is glass. So once you're out and you start digging up a bunch of sand, if you put sand in your furnace and cook it, you're going to get glass. And basically glass is what it is. It's glass. So this is how you make your windows. You can also take a bunch of glass. Let me get a stack and put it into your crafting table. Let's put a crafting table down. And when you put glass across like this, it gives you glass panes. And these are pretty cool. If you don't want the bulkiness look of glass, You can use these and basically, let's say we got a couple holes here. They just are glass panes. So you can see it makes a cool little window. Regular glass would fill up that whole entire block. So just another way. You can also use it to make kind of like glass railing. And if you remember in episode 1, I used it over here to hold up the lava and the water. So yeah, that's another cool thing with glass. So yeah, guys, that wraps up episode number 2. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button below so I can continue making these videos for you guys. In our next episode, we'll probably look into some of the ways the monsters work underground. We'll look into some other items that you can build, and maybe we'll even venture into the nether just to look at the blocks and the items that you can get from there. So yeah, I'll see you guys. Have a good day.